Hey guys, you're watching Car Topic, and today we're going to be talking about the ultimate enthusiast car. In other words, we're going to be talking about the Porsche GT3 and GT3 RS. Now, I just want to say that there's many enthusiast cars out there, and that this is just one of many amazing cars that are super fun to drive. I just want to focus on the GT3 in today's video because it's amazing on and off the track. Now, the very first year of the Porsche GT3 was in the 996 generation, and it was made in the year 1999. The original Porsche GT3 had 355 horsepower with a 0 to 60 of 4.7 seconds. This car quickly became known for being a super fun car with a high revving flat 6 engine and having tons of downforce, as this is one of the only cars by Porsche at the time that had a huge wing and a huge front splitter. Now, this 996 generation was made until the year 2005, but by the end of its lifetime in that year, it had a slightly higher 380 horsepower. But the very next year, in the year 2006, we got the 997 generation GT3. This version of the GT3 was much improved over the first generation, as it had 409 horsepower and a 0 to 60 of 4.1 seconds. As you can tell, that 0 to 60 is much quicker than the original one. But this is also the very first year that we got the RS trim. The GT3 RS had 444 horsepower with a 0 to 60 of 4 seconds flat. The Porsche GT3 RS was also much wider and lighter than the standard GT3. But in 2011, that was the very first year of the GT3 991. Now, the 991 generation GT3 is technically the current GT3 or the most recent one that we have. But towards the end of the video, I'll explain why it's much different than it is in 2011. In 2011, the GT3 had 435 horsepower and the GT3 RS had 450 horsepower. And as the previous generation GT3 RS, it was much stiffer and had a much lighter body, designed to be much better on the track. But earlier in the video, I said that our most recent GT3 is the 991 generation, but that it's much different than the original 991 launched in 2011. And that's because 2 years after the launch, in 2013, we got a complete refresh of the 991 generation GT3. Not only did it look much better on the exterior, with redone taillights and headlights, but the base GT3 got 475 horsepower and the GT3 RS got 500 horsepower. And it's even better today, as the most recent GT3 RS has 520 horsepower. So Porsche is always trying to make their cars the best as possible. And Porsche also announced that in 2021, we're going to be getting the all-new 992 generation GT3 and GT3 RS, and it's going to be the best one yet. But just looking at the ones that we already have, it's some of the best handling cars in their class, and in my opinion, they have the perfect power for the rigidity of their chassis. And people who drive these cars say that they're much more confident stepping on it in this car than they are in a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, just because the GT3 and GT3 RS is such a confident car, especially because it's a super fun car on and off the track, which is very rare, as most track cars are a pretty bumpy ride on normal roads. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I really hope you learned at least a few things about the ultimate enthusiast car. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video, and be sure to let me know down below in the comments what you thought of today's video, as well as if you have any ideas for future videos. I'll be sure to make it happen to the best of my ability. I also just wanted to let you guys know that we do have an Instagram account, so if you guys like what we're doing here, check that out. The link is on our homepage. But thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time on Car Topic.